In a party game, one person leaves the room with the understanding that someone else will relate a recent dream to the remaining group. The person then returns and tries to reconstruct the dream by only asking yes or no questions. In fact, no dream has been related. The group simply answers the questions according to some arbitrary rule.
So what does that mean?
At least one.
Yep, awesome.
Surprisingly, the person usually constructs a dream narrative that is both coherent and ingenuous.
Okay, so what's going on here?
I have no idea.
Okay, pause and reflect. So don't be afraid to read a sentence and stop. So I'll do the first one and then you'll finish this. So it says, in a party game, one person leaves the room with the understanding that someone else will relate a recent dream to the remaining group. All right, so I'm thinking, I'm literally going back to like sleepover days, right? Like we're all sitting around and someone leaves and we're thinking that one of our friends is going to share a dream and someone's out in the hallway. Cool. All right, go ahead and read the next sentence.
Then that person returns and tries to reconstruct the dream by only asking yes or no questions.
So what does that mean?
So the person that left the room comes back and tries to ask questions about the dream to see if they get it right or can figure
yeah, like to figure out what the dream was. Yeah, excellent. And then it says, in fact, no dream has been related. So, but the people in there like played a prank, right? They didn't actually share a dream. Cool, right? Go on.
The group simply answers the questions according to some arbitrary rule. I don't really know what arbitrary means. Something.
What do you? Okay, we don't have to know what arbitrary is though to kind of figure out what this sentence is meaning though. Like, have you ever done something like this before to your friends?
Yeah, I forget what they're called. They're like what are they called? Like riddles or something?
Yeah, like riddles or like I think like sometimes like you try to like have you ever seen like people have like an object and like people try to guess what the object is? Like it's like mind reading, but really it's based on like how you ask the question. So like if you say a word that starts with B, that means that you're close to the object or something, like some silly rule.
Okay.
Like it's like a system, right? So like if the person that when she asks the dream, like if she's standing on the right side of the room, we say yes. If she's standing on the left side of the room, we say no. Like there's no rhyme or there's like just some random rule that we're applying.
Okay.
All right, you can go on.
And then surprisingly, the person usually constructs a dream narrative that is both coherent and ingenuous.
So what does that mean?
I assume that it just means that somehow they were able to do the dream, like come up with some.
Yeah, like somehow like our brains, like even though there's no dream, based on the randomness, they come up with what they think happened. This actually sounds hilarious to me. Like I think it would be fun to do to someone. All right. So what kind of question is this?
Is it a role question?
Okay, so read the question stem for me.
The example presented above most closely conforms to which of the following propositions?
So what is that asking you to like? You don't even tell me what question type. Just tell me what you think that question is asking of you.
Like how they got to their conclusion, or
okay.
like how.
So this is saying the example presented above. So this is talking about the stimulus. Most
Right.
closely conforms to which of the following. We could almost say like things. So we're saying like this, like which one of the like this is like a most strongly supported question.
Okay.
In the sense where we're like, which one of these rules describes kind of what happened up here?
Okay. All right. So then most strongly supported, that's like, isn't that like top down?
Yes, because it's like what? Yes. So it tends to be more mild.
Okay. Yeah, I remember like reading this. I was like, I don't even understand that answer question the questions, but just start with A, I guess. The presumption that something has order and coherence can lead to impugn it with order and coherence.
So what does presumption mean?
Like assume?
Yeah. So the assumption. So what is this answer choice saying? Essentially.
given that something has order and coherence, that one can order it? I don't know.
Okay, so like the assumption that something has order
Mm-hmm.
can lead one to think it has order.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what happens above?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I don't know. Because they have like the rules.
What would the fact that the assumption that something has order and coherence, what could that be referring to?
The game?
I'm thinking like the person that leaves thinks that there's a dream, right?
Okay.
So the fact that the person thinks that there's going to be order to the answers that people are describing, can that lead to them to come up with their own order? I like A.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
love it, but I could see it because it's this idea that the person thinks there's really a dream. So since he's like trying to solve this problem and he thinks it's logical, he can come up with something because he believes that there is something there to come up with.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a very abstract answer though.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know what it.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and move, which that could be something too in your review. I think you really need to work on is breaking down answer like abstract answer choices, like just getting more comfortable with that.
Okay.
Even when we don't understand what words mean, like imbue, like I don't know what imbue means. I'm just saying, can lead one to assume. I'm like, whatever.
One is less apt to reach a false understanding of what someone says than to make no sense out of it all. No.
Yeah, because we don't compare like a false understanding. Like we don't even like, no, he's understanding. He's just not, or he or she is just, they're just lying to him.
And then dreams are often just collections of images and ideas without coherent structures. I guess it's kind of saying the opposite because it did say that it was coherent.
Right. Well, we don't even care what dreams really are because that's not even what's going on. We're just describing what happened. Like dreams just happen to be what they're talking about in this game, right? The core of it is this idea of someone leaves the room and you make step up and they're able to come up with a story.
I'm trying to remember which one I chose. I thought I chose D maybe.
Okay.
Oh, no, or E. I think it was between D and E. I don't know. Interpreting another person's dream requires that one understands that dream as a coherent narrative. I mean, requires is kind of strong.
Absolutely. But once again, are we actually interpreting a dream?
No,
We think we are.
I don't know what the dream is. We're just asking questions, I guess.
Yeah, where there's actually, we don't even know what interpreting another dream requires or not. Like one, he's like, this game is one, they're making up a dream, so there actually isn't even a dream. But two, they're trying to just put together what the dream is. Is this person like, you know, like you can go to those people and they'll like interpret what your dream means? Is that what we're doing here?
No.
No.
Okay. It sounded good for some reason.
Well, I think when we're like, oh, I think it because it has a lot of similar words as our stimulus. Like it has interpreting another person's dream. It has like understanding and like the coherent narrative. So you like all the words.
Right. People often invent clever and coherent stories to explain their behavior to other people. I guess that's just kind of irrelevant. That's
So
not
irrelevant.
Yeah.
So even though A is, I think a lot of people just skip over A because they don't understand what it means. But it's the only one, it's the only one that even remotely can be describing like what happened above. This is almost like a principle question, even though I don't believe in principle questions. It's almost like that idea of like, if this happened, which one of these principles most strongly explains what happened above?
Yeah, okay.
And that would be A.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do